Hello everyone, welcome back to Painting with Martin. Today I'm taking a look at an Age of Sigmar model that was supplied to me kindly by my local friendly shop called Geek Shelter here in Haifa, Israel. And this is normally not what I paint, but I like to vary myself and like to do with other things as well. So today I'm going to show you how to put these things together, because they don't come together, fit together, and they do not come primed and painted. So if I'm going to show you like this is a Space Marine I have from the same company, and they come like this on a sprue. You need a kind of like a hobby knife or pliers to take them together, and then you need to put them together as well. So I'm going to show you how to do that. This is what it looks like when it's finished. They come in different forms. This one has a hammer, and for example, this one here has a spear and shield. So today we're taking a look at the hammer, and I've also taken them apart from the sprue as well, making sure that everything is all right, and I have all the pieces needed here for me. So first of all, I'm taking a look at the body, and sometimes it does actually happen that they don't fit together and they come apart. So therefore, I'd like to keep a little bit of glue next to me, just in case. Something like this, super glue, but it shouldn't normally be the case. But sometimes you might have things like mold lines and things like you want to fill in, or it doesn't really fit entirely to the base. So it's just good to keep in handy. So here you just really easy, you just put them together like, well, this is quite clumsy here, and put them together like this. And once I've done that, I like to usually stick them to the base, because there's nothing else sticking them to the base. So, and that kind of keeps it in place as well. So once I've done that, normally people like to do that on the, well, I can only go one way here. So like to put them here to the base. And once you do that, it's kind of like done. So here you have, you need a little bit of force to get it to work. First of all, you want to make sure that it's the right position, and it normally can't go the other way, because it's like it becomes all wobbly and stuff. So here you have it like this. Here you might have to do a little bit from a hobby knife just to get it to stuck. So sometimes it happens. It shouldn't happen to your model, but just in case it does, it's nice to keep a hobby knife like this, because there are always sometimes mold lines, and just the way it is. So here it works perfectly now when I've done this with a knife, and here we're gonna put it through. Hopefully goes like this and like this. You need a little bit of force sometimes just to get it to click, and you hear a nice click as you did here. That's fine, and then you have got it together. So that's the first step. Now let's take a look at the arms. Arms are very easy. You just take the arm and just attach it here, and kind of like move and wiggle it in place until you feel like a little click, until it feels that it's natural and it's not like, you know, it should be aligned with the upper body here. So as such, like this. So once you've done that, you can also attach the shield, which just comes like this. Has a little bolt here and has a little hole. So you just want to fit it with a bolt next to the hole, and make sure that it clicks as well. You just put it on like this. Now the first step we're done, so that's it. Now you see here there's a little bit of a mold line left here on the shield. I like to take it off immediately, in case we haven't, so we don't, when we prime it, we can go straight into painting. So that's why I like to keep this hobby knife here, just in case. And then finally we've got the little hammer here. And the hammer, same thing there. You want to align it so it aligns well with the rest of the upper body. And we've got this, and then we got the head. And it's a bit fiddly because it's a very small piece of plastic. I grew up in the 80s and remember where Games Workshop produced these things made out of pewter, which is kind of metal. Fortunately, we have these plastic now, which is a lot easier to work with, and they click in together fairly well. So we don't have to worry about that. So here we have the little head, and we just put it and click it into place like this. And there you go, there you have the model. If you feel the head is like wobbling around like this and you don't want it to wobble around, please put some glue on that little sprue part of the helmet and glue it into place. Some people like to have it to move when they have the miniature up, and that's the way it is. A few tips for painting. If you feel like it's hard to reach some of these areas, I can recommend you to actually prime the model prime the model before you put on, say, the shield and the head, in order to reach into all these nooks and crannies where you have them. Here, for example, I have to put this one a little bit closer to the body to make sure there are no mold lines and there's no like crevices in between, so it doesn't show. So otherwise, a beautiful looking model. This is how you put together an Age of Sigmar model. I know I'm a little bit clumsy. You can do it probably much easier than I can, but this is a basic way to do it. If you like these kind of videos, please like, share, and more importantly, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more updates. If all works out as well, I'm going to Essen this year, so that's 2 months away, and I'm really excited about that, and there will be an upcoming Essen video in particular just for that instance. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you another time. Have a great day.